Hi Simmers! Welcome to my first Create a Sim video, in which I attempt to create a character who ends up having a far too weird and complicated backstory to even be recreated in The Sims. Cause that's just how I roll here. Anyway, first of all, if you hear any weird noises, that's my cat who has decided this is Cat Appreciation Hour. Because I had the audacity of not petting him for 5 minutes, and you know that's tragic. So now if I take my hands off of him for 2 seconds, he will start meowing and being very loud to prove a point to show me and everyone else apparently how painful it is to not be pet for 2 minutes. What can I say? Cats, I love them. But, onto the video. This is the witch that lives in the mushroom house that I did a few videos ago. And to be very fair, I wasn't actually going to make a video on the witch, because I wasn't going to make the witch at all. But then somebody asked for it. I know, amazing, right? I cannot believe it. Somebody is actually interested to see me do something in The Sims. This is amazing, so I had to do it. Thank you, if you are watching this, for commenting and for getting interested in my Sims stuff. I appreciate it a lot. So yes, this is Cornelia Willow. And if your first thought was she named her Willow because of Taylor Swift, you are completely right. Yes, I did, because I am obsessed. And I still listen to both Folklore and Evermore, because they're awesome. Taylor Swift is great. What can I say? I'm amazed the witch is not called Taylor Willow or something like that. Or even Taylor Swift, that's not beyond me. Anyway, Cornelia Willow, who is not Taylor Swift, or related to Taylor Swift in any way, is a spellcaster, which you can see here because I have the brain of a 2-year-old who forgot to make the spellcaster a spellcaster, so she's only human. But at the very end, I actually go into the game, cheat her to be a spellcaster, and come back to create a sim. Because I had this idea of giving her some more outfits, which I will get to in a second. But before I get into that, I guess I must say, she is full of CC. I'm actually surprised if there is one piece of in-game item that this sim has on her. The makeup most likely is, because I am not usually a big fan of putting makeup on Sims because it takes too long and I'm lazy. So I just don't have it in my game. But apart from that, I think she's just full of CC. She has CC eyes and a CC overlay skin, a bunch of stuff. Anyway, onto her story. This sim is actually kind of a princess in the realm of magic. But the thing with her is that there was a big war in the realm of magic that actually ended up splitting the land, as you can see when you actually enter the portal in Glimmer Brook. It wasn't like that before. It's a result of the war. And her mother, the queen of the realm of magic, in order to protect everyone and all the people, not only her daughter, actually erased all of their memories and teleported them into different parts of the sim world So they are far away from each other and they don't remember anything. Not the word, not who they are, not being spellcasters, not having magic, nothing. But her daughter actually has that necklace, which is the only thing that stayed with her from the realm of magic. And it's the only thing that she has left of her former life. And even though she doesn't remember where it's from or what's the deal with it, she still kept it because she hoped that maybe one day she'll be able to find her family or something like that. So she basically almost never takes it off. I think I remembered to put it in all her outfits, but I'm not very sure now that I think of it. I must have though. Anyway, she doesn't remember anything. Which has been hard on her, I mean, you can imagine. But she managed to fit in with the non-magical people because she doesn't remember she has magic. And she made a life of herself there. She has friends. She has not family, but she got a nice job. She's got her place. She's fully integrated with the normal Sims. But sometimes the necklace kind of calls to her. I guess that makes sense. And it kind of calls her to Glimmer Brook in order to regain her memory and in order to bring peace to the realm of magic and bring everyone back and have things as they used to be or as close to what they used to be. And she really couldn't sleep anymore. It was really hard for her to ignore the call. Sort of like a Nelsa vibe in Frozen 2. I guess that's inspired by that. So she one day packed her bags, she packed everything, and she said, I'm moving to Glimmer Brook. And she left all her normal life behind and moved in the mushroom house, I guess. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, but you know, maybe it's a strange town. Maybe Glimmer Brook is just full of very odd people because they all kind of started to get these calls from around the world from where they were scattered and teleported by the queen. And it's not only her who is hearing the call to come back home. So people started to move back, but they don't remember ever meeting each other or knowing each other or who they were. But everything was odd around that, and they started getting odd witchy vibes too. So they started building weird buildings and having weird clothes and stuff like that. But here I'm giving her her traits. I think she is an ambition, outgoing, creative Sim. And I gave her the spellcaster aspiration because I thought that the story with her is that she is trying to regain her memories, and she kind of notices that nobody in the Glimmer Brook area has their memories. So she kind of picks up on the fact that there's something really weird about it. So she kind of tries to figure that out, and maybe she goes through the portal and finds the realm of magic, and then, I don't know, something with her memories, and she gains them back, and she is trying to get her magical powers back to the power that they once had, and stuff like that. So now I'm giving her another set of outfits that is more witchy, dark, and more classical witch inspired than all pink and pretty as it previously was. With the idea in mind that maybe now she realized that she's a witch and she read a bunch about witches and she started gaining some of her memories back, but maybe not all of them. So she started dressing accordingly, at least when she's through the portal. So I gave her all black, all mysterious, sort of evil looking, but she's not evil. Black is not an evil color. I despise that idea. No more. So I gave her that really big fancy gown for the formal wear that looks very witchy, and it's also very alpha CC, but I couldn't help it, even though it doesn't fit with anything else that I gave her. I just couldn't help it. It was so pretty. It had moons and stars and suns on it. It was so witchy. It would be blasphemous to have that in my game and not put it on a witch. So I did it. And I also thought that maybe she used to have a lover back when she was a princess in the realm of magic. And maybe when she moves back to Glimmer Brook, her lover isn't there first. But after a bit, they actually arrive and they move in one of the houses nearby, which is pretty, I don't know, it kind of messes with her, because she constantly wants to talk to them, but she doesn't really know how or why she feels this weird attraction. And maybe she tries to figure that out. Maybe she goes through the portal, find some pictures or books or anything that would give her a sign. And maybe one day they come to talk to her, like the stupid welcome wagon. And they get to talk and they have a spark. And it's all nice. And you know, probably at some point, they remember. Everybody remembers. And try to recreate the world as it once was. But this is it for today's video. I don't think I have anything else to say. I'll see you in the next one. And if you're not bored enough by now, maybe you can watch the Mushroom House or some of the other videos that I made. See ya!